gentlemen,
Welcome to the Trilogy Media Podcast. We have Skeeter Gene, biggest predator catcher on YouTube here in the Trilogy Media Podcast studio.
Skittles, skinny jeans, skinny legs, skinny dick.
All of the above. He's here. He's going to tell us some crazy stories about catching child predators. He's going to tell us how he got into this crazy niche of a way of life.
Yeah, I literally want to hear how did he get in this community.
We're going to talk about that and a lot more right here in this brand new episode with Skeeter Gene. Thank you so much, as always, for being here, and welcome to the Trilogy Media Podcast.
Let's rock and roll, baby. Let's rock and roll. Ladies and gentlemen,
Skeeter Gene in the house. Brother, thank you so much.
if you want to kiss the rainbow, Skittles is here.
Skittles, I'm here. I am the rainbow.
He's the rainbow. Kiss the rainbow.
Yeah.
Skittles, brother.
Thank you for making time. I know it's a crazy, quick trip.
Thanks for having me.
Oh my God.
We literally, we did with Oma and we did with Courtney, and we were in the middle of choking and in the middle of resting, and we just like kidnap one content creator for 1 hour, Courtney for 1 hour,
Yep.
kidnap you for 1 hour, brother.
That's what you got to do.
Thank you
Good,
so
good,
much.
good having
One
you.
at a time.
One at a time.
But
I
it's
love
not
it.
like I'm claiming that you guys kidnapped me like
Like last
Mikey
night. Like last night. Yeah.
You said we kidnapped him. Yeah.
They beat the shit out of me. They kidnapped me.
Shame on Chester for kidnapping him.
Oh my God. Well, technically, it would be, he had the wrong word. Kidnapping would
Yeah.
imply that we moved him. What
You-
he's,
you
what
can
he's
correct.
trying to say is false imprisonment, which
If anything, it was adult napping. Truth finder.
He's 47, and he was meeting 13.
Andrew, Mike.
Motherfucker.
Andrew Michael
Wow.
Earring. Then, yeah.
Well, for everybody
Just a
watching,
big dick white boy.
that's what it
from
is.
his
Two
bio.
X's, dicks with two X's.
That was 3. But maybe it was
You
2.
landed at whatever fucking time, got your car, got to the house at like midnight. We
Yep.
choked somebody, made a video we can't put on YouTube.
Yeah.
Got some sleep.
That's
Now we're here.
That's why you need locals. That's why you need Trilogy
We did
Plus.
our last citizen's arrest in Glendale.
Yeah, I think that's it. No more citizen arrest.
Yeah,
But we had a
said
great
no
time.
more.
We had a great time.
I don't regret it. We took this guy off the streets. Who knows, in that crazed meth state, if he had gotten behind the wheel like he wanted to,
Yeah.
who could have really been hurt? So
Hit the
I don't-
people.
I don't regret a
Hit the
damn
cars.
thing.
Yeah.
Same. You never know what could have happened after he left. If he left.
100%.
Yeah, well, he would have got behind the wheel and he would have rage drove off and someone would have
True.
gotten hurt.
Yeah.
Maybe by that point that you're watching this podcast, the Trilogy Plus video will be up.
Who knows? Yeah,
Who knows?
quite
But
possibly.
We're talking about what happened last night. Anyways, anywho.
Biggest pred catcher
Yeah.
out there. Freaking
Arguably.
the Godfather, the freaking Skeet Hansen, Skeeter Gene. What is the number one? What do you call yourself? Because I know it's
I think Skeet
evolved.
Hansen.
Skeet Hansen.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm
Skeet
more known
Hansen.
as. Yeah.
Who is the handsome in the family?
Yeah.
Well,
I'm just a Chris Hansen impersonator, though. You know, he's the real goat.
Well, I want to talk about that too. Okay, so let's start with how you got into this. I would love to know this story. I don't know if we've ever actually heard this story.
I don't think so. I'd love to hear background.
Yeah, like why did you decide to do this, and what the hell led you into being the biggest channel out there doing this?
Well, it was it all started with me and my cameraman Q. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it out this weekend. But yeah, we were just trying stuff with YouTube for a couple years, and eventually we saw the whole, I guess, pred catching wave that was going on YouTube. One of the first ones I saw was Alex Rosen, Predator Poachers.
Okay.
He was doing it with Cassidy Campbell a lot at the time.
He's the one that just got arrested, right?
Who?
Alex got arrested.
Oh,
few weeks
he
ago.
did it in the last few weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's out now.
Yeah, well, no,
But
yeah,
yeah.
it's not. Yeah,
Yeah, it's something like
it looked
we
like
were-
it was bullshit, but still.
Oh, absolutely.
We were texting like back and forth a couple of weeks ago, and that we were like, dude, like, are you for real? He was like, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Police came to arrest predators, and I got
Yeah.
arrested instead.
Yeah, I thought it was for dropping the N-bomb, but apparently it was for something else.
It was disorderly conduct, right? Was he just being loud
Technically.
in a Shake Shack
Yeah,
or
I
something or
guess.
whatever it was? Yeah,
I guess. Yeah.
So you saw him
But,
first.
Yeah, I saw him first and like a couple others. Then I was like, I thought of doing this like years before that even, but I was like, maybe this is easier to do than I thought. Because, I always watched To Catch a Predator, Chris Hansen. I was like, they have a whole sting house and they have cameras, they have cops. I was like, surely a normal civilian can't do that. So I just went on an app. We went on the Grindr app. I tried to do it the only way that I thought you would even do it. And we used Q's pictures, his old pictures. I made the account as a decoy, as a first decoy. Yeah, and then made the account. Then one day I called him and I was like, "Hey man, is it cool if I use your pictures to try to catch a predator?" He was like, "Well, what are you talking about? Like, I know what you're talking about, but what are you actually talking about?" I was like, "Well, like Dateline, NBC, Chris Hansen." And then I was like, "Yeah." So I set up a Grindr account with your pictures already. And
already
you have a few
already
hits.
online.
Yeah, you're already getting a few hits. So is it cool if we keep going with this? We try to catch him. He's like, "Yeah, bro, whatever you need. Sure.
Such a good, sounds like a good friend.
So yeah, we caught this one guy. The first guy that one of the first guys that messaged the account. His name was Chris. His name is Chris. He worked at a Carrabba's restaurant. Carrabba's restaurant. Carrabba's Italian restaurant.
Do
you guys not have Carrabba's?
No, I don't think so.
I know they have it in.
I don't like the only one Carrabba's here.
Okay. I want to say they're out of Tampa or something, in Florida, but yeah, there's a few locations in Michigan. It's basically like Olive Garden but better.
Okay.
So yeah, we found out he worked there. He told us, and he also told us his whole work schedule. But before this, he talked sexually to what he thought was a 14-year-old boy. He sent a picture of his penis. And, I gathered all of the information. I actually had Q print the chat logs. I went and picked him up. I had the camera and everything. And I was like, "All right, you ready to go catch a predator maybe?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, let's do it." And I was just thinking it's probably not even going to work. Surely this guy isn't dumb enough to give us his whole work schedule and tell us where he works. So I was thinking we're going to go to this Carrabba's and he wasn't going to be there. But that wasn't the case. He showed it to the Carrabba's. And we asked,
you can't take it seriously. That's not the point of the story, but yes.
Carrabba's.
Carrabba's. How do you spell that?
Carabbas, I think. I can say
Italian grill.
Yeah, there you go.
Carrabba's. Carrabba's grill. All right, so you went to Carrabba's.
We went to Carrabba's and talked to the hostess. I was just like, "Yeah, is it okay if we get seated by Chris? He just took really good care of us last time." She was like, "Oh, Chris, yeah, I'll go ahead and get him for you. Just go and sit down." And I was
Very
like,
clever.
Wow. I was like, "Holy shit, this guy's actually here." And we sat down and he comes over the first time and he's like, "Yeah, can I get you guys started with some wine? We have a really good wine list, appetizer, whatever you guys want. I'll give you a minute to decide." And I was like, "Yeah, well, we'll just start with a couple waters and I think we're good to order." And he's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, "I think we're going to go ahead and have the Predator pasta."
How did you come up with Predator pasta name?
Oh, it's just random. It's just, we're going to an
That's
Italian
where Predator
place.
pasta comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This is the very first video.
What did he
did,
so what did he say to that?
I've
I've seen this video. It's a long time ago. So I'm trying to.
It's not even on YouTube anymore.
I forgot. I didn't
because,
realize that was your first one.
That was the very first one. And he was like, "Predator pasta, we don't have that." And I was like, "Well, actually you do. It's in this menu." And I opened up the binder with the chat log. Yeah. And I started going over it. Yeah.
Before you even ordered drinks.
Before we even got to the good stuff. And he was basically sweating, shitting himself in the Carrabba's. He had 2 other tables to wait on. It was taking him forever to get their lasagna and meatballs. And it was on Halloween, the day of Halloween.
Oh, so it was busy.
Yeah, not really. But the funny thing about that is he was in costume and he had taped on him was a bag of, I think it was, what was it? I think it was a Trick cereal bar and some candy bar. And
Tricks are for kids kind of?
No, so it was like Trick or Treat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that was pretty funny. He had that taped on him. And he was just
What happened to him? Did he get arrested?
Oh, I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
So
let him finish.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought this was already over. No, please tell me what happened.
No, it was great. As soon as I showed him his picture, he just started sweating and he was like, I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening here. And I was like, "Well, you were talking to this 14-year-old boy online, right?" And he was like, "Well, he was a nice kid. I was just talking to him. I was just trying to be more like a mentor." As soon as he said that, I was like, "Oh my God, this is exactly what they say on To Catch a Predator." I was like, "This is really happening right now." I couldn't believe
reaction.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it was happening. And then I asked him about the the penis picture, and he said he was just trying to be a mentor. And I was like, "In what? The art of sucking? Like, what were you trying to mentor him in?"
I want to mentor you here. Here's my thing.
Yeah, so he said he had other tables to wait on. I was like, well, we're not done talking, Chris, because obviously this is illegal. We may have to get authorities involved, but I think we should probably just talk to your manager. And so he goes and gets his manager, brings him over. I explain everything. Showed his manager his actual D pick.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yikes.
It's really crazy.
That's a second hand.
What did the manager say?
Of embarrassments,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, so his manager was like, okay, yeah, I see how this could be a concern. Well, we do have an extensive legal team that deals with this stuff, and we're gonna, let the higher ups know and all that. And he was like, thank you for giving us the information. Is there anything I can get you guys? And I was like, I'll take a beer, I guess. It was like we were talking for like 30 minutes.
With the manager?
So with him, between him and the manager.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, yeah, I'm kind of thirsty. I was like, it'd be kind of funny to just like have a beer after all this. I'm just a massive troll. That's the difference between me and Chris Hansen. So I was like, yeah, I'll order a beer. And then he came and brought it to me. He was like, it's on the house. There you go. So I just exposed this guy, showed his manager his dick, and just had a beer.
I had a beer on the house.
Did you tip him?
We didn't actually get charged anything. It was on the house.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and then let me see. After that, that's why I started saying, "Let's go get fucking drunk." After after the end of the videos, after that, I was like, "That's what we would do."
Yeah.
Actually, after we caught one, from there on out, we would just like go get a beer.
And he got arrested at the end.
So that guy, no, we did. We just reported to his manager, and
so they
he got fired.
HR team and stuff.
Yeah. So they definitely knew about it. He got fired, and their manager. No, so the Carabas. I posted the video, and it went like viral. The first week got like 10,000 views, which was like a lot for me at the time because I had like 1,000 subscribers.
And that was the first upload.
The first of the Predator stuff.
But you had other content?
What did you upload before?
I was doing like pranks and stuff.
What was the name of the channel?
It was always Skeeter Gene.
And why? Like, what was that?
By Skeeter Gene.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have the Chris Hansen. It wasn't Skeet Hansen yet, right?
No, it wasn't at that point. No.
Okay.
No. So my name, Skeeter Gene. I got that name when I was working at my very first job. It was like a restaurant, and I just thought it'd be funny to like mess with this like new kid that was coming in there. So I told everyone to just say my name was Skeeter, just because I thought it was like just a funny ass name, just like trolling and shit. And everyone started calling me Skeeter. This guy starts calling me Skeeter, so we're just like having a laugh about it in the back and in the kitchen and all that. We thought it was funny, and it kind of stuck. So everyone started calling me Skeeter. And the Gene part. I used to have, you'll see like in my Pumpkin Spice music video, I had like this like slicked back hair. It was kind of wild or whatever. But my coworker said that I looked like Michael Jackson, and he was like, I'm gonna start calling you Skeeter Gene because his song Billie Jean.
Yeah.
I was like Skeeter Gene. I was like, it kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah,
it is.
I like it.
And the funny thing is, when we did first ever our collab, and when you and me chasing fucking for 40 minutes that guy, and when he got in first Uber, right? Kenneth,
yeah.
He got in Uber and I was like, hey, just want to let you know, this is me, Trilogy Media and Skeeter Jeans, and we. And everybody did he call him Skeeter Jeans? There's so
That
many
was before
comments
it was
about
Skittles.
Plural.
Fucking Skittles.
That's fucking funny.
Yeah.
Wow. So everything came from way back.
Way back.
So what made you want to go from that to like then the Chris Hansen trolling style?
That's what it always was. So when I did like the first Pred Catch thing, I was like, I see people are doing this, but like, why is no one doing the whole like Chris Hansen thing with like wearing a blazer and like having the chat looks printed out in the binder?
Yeah.
And that's when I was like, yeah, I'm gonna do this, but I'm gonna do it in a different way that no one else is really doing it right now. Right. So I think that's why it kind of popped off, and a lot of people resonated with the whole like TCAP thing.
And didn't he have beef with you at some point? Like, didn't he talk shit about you in an interview or something?
National television or something?
He found out. Like,
yeah, national television, once on his podcast, and probably once at some other point.
Is that when he called you Paw Patrol?
Recently he called me Paw Patrol. he's been calling me Paw Patrol for like a few years now, I think. But
oh my God.
It happened recently again.
Wow.
What's your response to him to that?
I ordered a Paw Patrol costume, and I was gonna wear it for one of the future catches that we do.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm just gonna double down.
This is good.
I'm just gonna double down on it.
You gotta do it. Yeah,
see
you
what
have
he
to.
thinks. Yeah.
Talk more about me, and I'm gonna take everything what he said.
But what's your
Exactly.
response to him, his perception? Because he seems to look down upon other people doing this. You know.
Yeah, my response. I mean, first of all, so his whole thing is we don't work with police, right? Or it's not in collaboration directly with police, which sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. But that's what he was doing when he first started, when the first season of To Catch a Predator.
Dateline NBC money, you can do that, but
yeah,
you know,
there were no police involved in the whole
true.
first season.
You're right.
Though.
You're
so
right.
he was doing the exact same thing.
Right. I
So,
forgot about
until
that.
everything got picked up, and then until he got the
Yeah,
bug
got
and
renewed or
everything.
something. And then police worked with him. And then he also says, he's just doing it for attention, likes, revenue, clicks, stuff like that. But he has a whole show on True Blue, which is behind a paywall.
Yeah, he's got a streaming platform now.
Yeah. And if Chris
He
Hansen...
uses-
You told me
he
that.
actually has this. They use the same exact host as Trilogy Plus. Like they it's like the same structure of app.
Yeah.
Which is
it.
hilarious.
Yeah, that is funny.
Did
I
you
just
say
look
something
at
like
it.
that?
Yeah, I just look at him like, if Chris Hansen wasn't getting paid for this, he wouldn't be doing it
Yeah.
either. So it's like,
And you blew him out of the water numbers wise anyway.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So
I
that
passed him in subscribers.
that doesn't hurt.
When we started, I think like
Oh wait, can I finish the so the Carrabba's
Please,
part? I was almost done, but after the video went viral and blew up, they got the attention of the VP of the company, and they reached out to me on their official Instagram account, and I'm talking to his assistant, and then I talked to their VP. He actually called me, and he basically thanked me for doing it, because obviously if someone like that is working for you, you want to know about it.
yeah.
And he ended up sending me like $150 in gift cards. So
you not only got a free beer.
Yep.
Well, that's good that he responded positively
Yeah.
and didn't say,
for sure.
you're banned from our restaurants or whatever. Because
Yeah, it was cool about it. I went back there 3 other times.
That's amazing.
And, if you have $150 and you go in Carrabba's, you're eating like a king.
Yeah.
Well, next time we go to that side of the country, I'm taking you to Carrabba's.
it's
Crab.
good.
I want to go. I want to check Carrabba's Bababas. We recently got kicked out from motel, and it's like really decent motel in Glendale.
Mm-hmm.
And we did first ever citizen arrest with a fucking rhino. Oma, Courtney, and us.
Okay.
And Q was there, of course. You know that.
Yeah.
And so we did this, and following day, 7 a.m, I got voicemail from management. They're like, hey, just want to let you know,
Of course.
we overbooked for Friday. I'm sorry, we have to cancel your reservations. And we had 2 rooms, right?
Oh, okay,
And I was like, that doesn't sound right. So I called them back, and they're like, oh, Art from Trilogy Media, hold on, we're going to transfer you. So they transfer me immediately to general manager of this motel franchise. And she said, I want to start this conversation with this. First of all, I'm a mother. I have 2 daughters. Absolutely fucking support and adore everything that you guys doing.
Mm-hmm.
As a general manager, get the fuck out of here from my property. You're not welcome anymore. I'm gonna get you refund. So
At least
the
you got a
moral of the
refund.
story is we did not get $150 from Carrabba's Bababas.
Okay.
We just got get the fuck out of here. Don't come to us anymore.
I mean, fair enough, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you're using their property for not what they have it listed
Yeah,
for.
every right
So
to do
it
that,
is
yeah.
what it is.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's just
So how
it's
did it
just fucking
evolve
crazy.
from that? Because you were going to a restaurant, you weren't doing it's like a sting house.
Yeah.
You didn't have law enforcement
Right.
called. What did the next few look like? Like, how did you evolve from that to, you're running sting houses, motels, experiencing different law enforcement agencies, the good ones, the bad ones?
Yeah.
How did you navigate that? Because you were one of the first ones to really do this on YouTube.
Yeah. After that, what we did was we would have a meet at like grocery stores. We're doing like Walmart's, Myers, and we have Myers. You guys don't have Meyer here, but
Yeah.
Walmart's, not Kroger, Walmart, Target, Meyer, stuff like that. We'd
Yeah.
have a meet there. And then at some point, I think that's all we were really doing until.
Were you calling the cops at that point?
Not really. Sometimes it would kind of just depend.
You get trespassed a lot from those places? They get.
Yeah, they didn't really like it. Like
Yeah.
we got banned from like One Meyer, and then we got banned from we didn't get banned from Target, but they just said like not to come back and do it.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Of course.
Yeah. And we were calling the police sometimes, not all the time. It would just depend on the situation. Sometimes like management would call the police, but at this time the YouTube guideline wasn't in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So kind of just
Do you think you're the reason that guideline was amended?
No, I don't think I'm the reason. No, I think it's just like the whole like genre as a whole.
Just taking
I think
things.
it's got expanded.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
How was back in the days pred catcher community? How big was pred catcher community? So who was doing it?
And what year would this have been?
This would have been
When did you start? 2020?
2021 would be when I started.
Fucking
I think.
everybody. Oma did.
I think
after-
2021. Maybe it was 2020. Maybe it was like late 2020.
like right before pandemic.
After
like prior.
After 2020 was already pandemic.
Oh,
Yeah, it was like just after
Just-
pandemic
yeah.
because the first video we actually had masks on in the restaurant.
Gotcha.
It was like at the end of the pandemic.
Yeah.
All right.
So like at like late 2020.
We interrupt this episode with Skeeter Gene to say thank you to the sponsor, Surfshark VPN.
I'm sorry. We did interrupt you. We stopped this amazing conversation, but we in need to whisper something in your ears. Very important.
If there's ever an example of taking precautions to stay safe online, it's when we're talking about safety for children online. And even though we're talking about child predator busting right now, being safe online is important no matter what topic, no matter what field you're in, no matter what you're doing. You should be protecting yourself online from vulnerabilities, masking your location and your IP address, and Surfshark gives you the ability to do just that on unlimited devices, by the way, with one single subscription.
So you're basically saying we're not Netflix, that for every single person who want to log in have to pay additional money?
Yeah.
No. The answer is Surfshark. Get everything under one umbrella.
Your phones, your tablets, your TVs, your anything else.
Your cat could be playing with little tablet. Guess what? Surfshark protected.
Surfshark VPN sponsors Trilogy Media and all of our content, and we are honored to be partnered with them. Make sure you go to surfshark.com/trilogy. You're going to get 4 extra months of Surfshark VPN for free, and there are a ton of other features that come with having a VPN other than just privacy. Most notably, maybe, is accessing geo-restricted content. So in the app, they have over 3,000 servers in over 100 countries. You can go in and with one single tap in the app on any device or in a browser, anywhere, you can change your location in literally a single click.
If you want to watch TV shows that is not in your region, if you want to go on different kind of like if you want to watch Hulu, Netflix, Amazon or whatever, Apple, and you right now, let's say you're in China. You know what every single person in China does? VPN in their asses. And they can watch everything what we have.
That's true. Surfshark.com/trilogy, 4 extra months for free, or use promo code Trilogy at checkout and protect yourself online right now.
Back to Skinny Dick Skittles. Let's go.
You got to stop calling them that.
So, did you know anybody in pred catcher community?
No, not at all.
How did you expand it? How did you start communicating with others and start getting collabs with other content creators?
Yeah, the videos on YouTube just started getting popular. I started getting a following, and people started hitting me up on Instagram.
IG, yeah.
Yeah. And I can't remember how it happened exactly or who I connected with, but I found myself in a group chat with like all the predator catchers. Actually, come to think of it, the first pred catcher that I collided with was PCI.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I think it was PCI.
Yesterday, he helped
my man
us,
Aaron.
right?
Yeah.
That's
He
PCI.
decoyed that catch yesterday. Yeah, I think he was the first one I like actually met up and connected with, and from there on, we were in like a group chat.
Are you guys neighbors and from the same state?
No, he's in Indiana.
All right.
Yeah.
What was the first video that you saw of Trilogy Media? How did
Trilogy Media.
I
I
know
didn't
we've-
even know about you guys until Courtney told me she was going to be working with you guys a couple years ago.
It's 22, I think we did our first one, right?
Yeah.
Or 22 or 23, something like that.
Did you see the park? Right, that was probably your first video, right? Because with Courtney we did.
I saw you guys before that though. Like
For
it was
scam-
like
scam
it was
stuff.
a scammer video.
Right.
It was where you guys were. I think it was like a bait package,
Uh-huh.
okay.
and the guy picked it up, and it had like. No, there was real money involved. It was like a package with like it was actual
Oh
money.
shit!
Probably Patricia.
Patricia.
Patricia,
Yeah.
And you
Yeah.
called her.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I thought that one was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy. It's we got fucking lucky. It's like winning lottery ticket. When you arrive with your empty package, with bait package, and you see like real $30,000, like literally, and fucking cash mule already coming through the bushes to collect that money.
Yeah, that's
Actually, he was like, "We're not fucking living." We call 911 emergency, and they leave the property, leave the porch, and actually, I'm not fucking living. I'm gonna park my big ass 1-bedroom apartment car. I'm staying.
So, it just for your evolution then. So, when did you get like your first arrest, and kind of how did it grow into the law enforcement element of
the first
from grocery stores and stuff?
Yeah, the first arrest, and when we got like the first, I guess, spike in like viewership was when we caught this guy that owned an ice cream parlor in Carlton, Michigan. Little like kind of a middle of nowhere, small town, you know, everyone knows everyone type deal. Yeah, he was talking to the decoy on Grindr. It was Q's pictures again, of course.
You're good at getting these pros to tell you where they work.
Yeah, he
like
was
where they work.
Yeah, I work at. I was like, it was like Main Street Dairy in Carlton, the only ice cream shop here. I own it. I was like, oh, cool.
Shit, fuck.
So get to talking a little bit more. I actually talked to him on the phone in my gay 14-year-old voice.
You did the
It was
voice?
me. Yeah.
Can you replicate?
Oh boy.
Can you replicate that?
How would you?
I mean, he did a voice with you when you was married
yeah,
to
it's
you.
like that voice. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's that voice.
Well, we were daddies.
Yeah.
Fuck daddies.
It's the same thing.
Okay,
Same
it's not
thing,
daddies.
though.
My God.
All
I was
right.
like, hey, Bill, how's it going? You know, soften it up a little bit for him.
This is so
Put
good.
a little lisp in there.
Oh no.
And, you know, he was like, the thing is, when I'm talking to gay predators, they're always like, I love your voice. And I'm just like, I sound like...
Well, you do have a great voice. Just
I
in
think
general.
I sound like a stupid cartoon character.
You know what? I would not say stupid, but you do have like a cartoon character
Yeah.
voice. This is something that you watch on Netflix and you're like,
It's like,
oh,
who,
dude.
like, who talks like this?
But it works.
It does work, yeah. So we got him talking sexual on the phone. He sent graphic messages, and then he invited the boy to the ice cream parlor. And we were like, okay, well,
Like in
let's
the movies, dude.
let's go
Like
meet
in the
him.
movies.
Yeah. And funny enough, it was on 9/11.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so we get to the ice cream shop. There's a couple folks in front of me ordering, and Q's got the camera behind me. I got the binder and the chat logs, and I go up to the counter. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go with the Predator peanut butter cup. He's like, no, I don't think we have that. I was like, oh, well, I'm pretty sure you do. Well, this would be your picture, right, Bill? And then he just froze.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. And it went on for a little bit. Then a bystander came in after us, and he heard a little bit of the dialogue, and he was like, oh no, I can't believe this. And he pulls out his phone and starts recording, and he posts the video on Facebook, and he says the caption was To Catch a Predator was in our neighborhood. I can't believe this. And he tagged like the place and all that. So yeah, I was talking to the guy some more behind the counter, and he didn't want to have any more of the conversation. So he started closing up shop. He was like, yep,
Oh no.
closing early. And I was like, what's going on, Bill? Why are you closing so early? He's like, yeah, business is slow. I was like, it's like, you just
You're
had,
interrupting my
You're a
business.
customer.
well, I was like, Bill, you just had 4 customers in the span of the last 20 minutes. What do you mean? Is it because like people are coming in there, they're ordering, and I'm like, oh, you guys can order. We're just talking. By the way, there's something you should probably know about the owner here.
Oh my god, he's fucked.
Yeah, so he went out the back. Yeah, so he went out the back door. We went out there and met him and talked to him a little more, and you know, he was just like, I don't know, can't believe this is happening. Like, just shock on his face. And I was like, well, you can leave and all that, Bill, but we're gonna have to, you know, report this and all that. And I didn't even have to report it was a thing. I posted the video like a few days later, and the police called me.
Really?
Because yeah, there was like a city outrage. There was like people raging in front of his ice cream parlor, like waiting for him to get to work.
Oh shit!
And someone spray painted like on
Community
the building.
execution. I love
Pretty
that.
They
much,
spray
yeah.
painted on the
Fucking
building.
love
Yeah,
it.
they put like pedo or something
Oh
on
no.
his building.
That
and,
also happened when you fucking screwing kids.
Yeah, so the cops called me. They got all the chat logs and the video and everything, and they got a warrant to search his whole house, all his computers, and you know, he had some shit on there.
Oh
so
my God.
yeah, they got him for
Fucking
that.
Of course he did.
Yeah, I got it for that and the solicitation. and he ended up selling his ice cream parlor, the shop, for about 50 grand, and he had to list it for 100. He was like, I just got to sell it, get it out of here. He had to pay his bail, so he sold it for way under.
Oh my
Lost
God.
a lot of money on it. Yeah.
Holy shit.
You see what happened when you think with that hat, now with this hat, you fucked, you fucking everything.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It can't be serving up Predator peanut butter cup.
Fucking peanut butter
And then
cups.
a bunch of people came out after that. Like he would hire like teenage boys specifically, and they were starting to come out and say stuff about him.
He
like,
was
oh
being
yeah,
inappropriate with them. Yeah.
Yeah, he was always creepy. He was always trying to give me a ride home, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Classic.
Domino effect.
Yeah.
When they see that, they
that's
safe to talk.
That's how it goes.
This is freaking crazy. Well, do you want to tell us where you're originally from and like a little bit about your background for those who are interested about, what's happening behind like all of this picture?
Yeah.
Skeeter James.
Yeah, I'm from a little town called Romulus, Michigan. Outskirt of Detroit. It's where the airport is. From there, pretty much grew up there, and lived a pretty normal life, I guess you could say. Wasn't too great, but wasn't too bad. Was always into I guess media stuff. Like YouTube really intrigued me early on. So
who did you watch as a kid? Like, what was your YouTube channels like? Who did you look up?
Yeah, as a YouTuber, I think he's from here. He's called Mediocre Films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
know
Greg
who that is.
Benson.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he's hilarious.
He's hysterical.
Yeah, I used to watch him a lot. Yeah, it was like
Is he still making videos?
I think he's like trying to be an actor or something
Is
now.
he?
He's like doing like
Was it
acting
Mediocre
gigs
what
now.
film?
Mediocre Films.
Yeah, he made some funny stuff, like a lot of like
He would
parody
crash people's
stuff.
conversations on like in the airport. Like if someone's on the phone, he'll sit next to him and he'll have a conversation that matches their conversation, but he won't like acknowledge them. But then they get sketched out.
Yeah, and they're like, "What the fuck? Why are you replying to
just
my?"
funny, like harmless
Reactions?
pranks, very much like
Yeah.
Ed Bassmaster type
That's
of
when
thing.
pranks were good. Yeah, Ed
Yeah.
Bassmaster
Yeah.
too. That's when pranks were
That's
good.
what
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also Jack Val. He's pretty funny.
Where he's
He's actually going to be on our podcast. Yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. We've been talking.
Oh.
We've been talking to him for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's such a cool dude.
That's awesome.
But yeah.
yeah.
That's awesome. man.
Crazy,
That's
Mr. Fart, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm old now. I'm not. I'm like 30 now, so it's
We're
like
old.
we're all fucking old. But
Oh my fucking.
yeah, I started watching
Boris.
those guys when I was like, I don't know, probably 14, 15,
Yeah.
something like that, and kind of inspired me. And eventually, I was trying to make videos like that. That's like what I first started with, stuff like that. So yeah, that really like intrigued me with as far as like wanting to be a YouTuber. I just thought like being a YouTuber was like the coolest thing you could do. So I've always like strived to do that. And with the prank catching thing, I finally got like some momentum and figured it out, I guess you could say, the formula to make something pop off.
Do you have brothers or sisters?
I have a little brother. He's gonna be 21. Yeah.
What
we're about 10 years
what
apart.
does he think about what you're doing for a living? Or like the
Oh,
whole
he-
family. Like, how's your family like?
Did they know
they
going
like
in
it.
that you were gonna like when you posted the first video? Like, did people know about it, or you just kind of?
Oh yeah, I told everyone about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, this shit's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But they all like it. They're all supportive of it and everything. But there's like, just be careful.
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
You
Of
know?
course, especially with
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
Yeah.
would be the most like top 2, top 3 best catches and the worst one? Or like top 1, the worst one and the best one?
Also
Okay.
regarding law enforcement, like
Yeah.
maybe the best and worst experiences.
Okay.
You know,
I would say the best one is it's one of the first ones I did. Well, probably within the first year. This guy we called at Meyer, his name was Michael Roberts, and he wore a so you know what I'm talking about. He wore a SpongeBob shirt to the meetup, and it was one of my my most famous. Like if you look on TikTok, it's probably like one of the most famous clips. Too, it's where he's in like the shoe section because we always have him meet there because it's like pretty quiet in the shoe section.
Nobody buys shoes.
It's pretty discreet.
Pretty quiet.
It's Meyer.
I never really realized that, but yeah, like
It's
in
always the
those,
shoe
in those
section.
department stores, the shoes are like people whispering. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shoe section.
so he's walking around with like a box of shoes and we find them. And I'm like, how's it going, Michael? You here looking for the sex offender 11s? He's like, what? No, I'm looking for my friend. And he was like, no, he said he's looking for his son. He was like, yeah, my son's somewhere around here. I'm just waiting for him. I was like, okay, well, you'd be here to meet a 13-year-old girl or whatever. Right? And he was like, no, what are you talking about? And I start showing him the message. And he was like, oh no, my son sent that. You see, my son's on this app. So he immediately starts like throwing his imaginary son under the bus.
I watched it.
He was like, no, I can go get him. He's somewhere around here. And I was like, okay, well, we can wait on that. But this will be your picture, right? And this will be a picture of your penis. And I was like, well, look, he's like, that's mine, but he sent it, not me.
What the fuck? That doesn't help.
So
it's my son. He took fucking my
that
penis.
doesn't help anything.
And he's sending it to
I was
everybody.
like, so let me get this straight, Michael. Your son got a picture of your penis. He's like, yes. How did he obtain this?
They talk themselves into a hole so
pretty
easily.
much.
It's
And,
so
oh my
fucking stupid. Not my pants, not my wallet, and not my dick.
my
Police
God.
officer, it's
No,
not mine.
it is his, but he
Yeah.
didn't send it.
But
Yeah,
Someone-
that's
son
right. Penis
stole
is
it.
mine,
See,
but I didn't send
You
it.
see, he had too much pride.
Oh, God.
And then his wife is just like blowing his phone up. Like he left his wife to come pick up the child or whatever. Right? And he had like the default Android ringtone, the doom. Like that ringtone just plays in my head like constantly ever since then. Because she was blowing him up for like 10 minutes, and he's like, I was like, oh, that's your wife. You should probably answer it. And
He didn't wanna.
did he?
oh no, you did.
He did.
Yeah.
Did she find out what he was doing?
Oh yeah, we
you
told her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like, I fucking knew it. You sick bastard.
Dude, we got
Yeah.
so much fucking shit
Oh,
when
yeah.
we what's the name of the fucking Martin, yeah.
Yeah.
When we called Martin wife and she was like, I'm gonna fucking blah 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 and I'm blah blah. It's just what's this and everybody, you should have not notified the family. I was like, dude,
Why not?
you have underage kids, you have a monster at home, your wife, you should fucking know.
Yeah, he also had a daughter. So, but yeah, it's
So she said I fucking knew it.
Yeah, she said she knew it, and this is before we didn't call the cops on because this is before we did that. Unfortunately, I now going back, I wish we would have.
I wish, yeah.
They ended up finding out anyway. Like the city of his police department, his city's police department found out and they talked to him. But before we left, I just thought it'd be funny if we like made him do 13 push-ups because the girl was 13 that he came to meet, and I was like, yeah, we can call the cops or give us 13 push-ups and you can go. And then he starts doing them. And I'm
With
like
his
looking,
SpongeBob.
yeah, with the SpongeBob shirt. Yeah, he starts doing them. He's at like 5, and I look back at the camera. I was like, I haven't been counting. Have you? Yeah, we'll just start now.
It is not it.
And then he ends up doing like 20, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't 13. He's like, come on, I did more than that.
Oh my God.
And yeah, he walked out, but I would say just his mannerisms and the way he reacted to everything was it's just comedy, really.
Comedy gold.
Yeah,
And
and
what
you guys should definitely watch the video when you get a
watch
second.
that.
I remember that. I remember that.
Rumble, so
What about the worst one?
the worst one.
And or worse law enforcement experience.
Okay. The worst law enforcement experience. I think that was when we were in Taylor at the Walmart in Taylor, and we called this guy there, and he said he wanted us to go ahead and call the cops. I was like, you want us to let law enforcement know? He's like, yeah, just go ahead and let them know. And the cops came up there, and they were just like straight up, just like they're just dicks, pretty much. And they ended up interrogating him, and I had the chat logs. It was just on my phone at this time. I didn't get to print them out. So the cop was looking at the chat logs and reading them out and everything. And then at the end, he was like, all right, we're gonna probably arrest him, but I have to seize this device since it's where I saw the messages. And I was like, well, I have my burner phone too. The same messages are on that. If you need a phone, you can just take that one. He's like, no, I saw him on this one, so I had to take this one. And this was like my main phone, my personal phone.
Yeah.
And at the time, I had I had a job, like a work from home job, and I needed my my phone to get into my authenticator to log into the WorkSphere. So I couldn't work for like 3 days.
They don't need that. It's just a power play.
No.
They tried to do that to us in San Diego. It was the same shit.
Yep.
It's such horse shit.
And I didn't know that at the time.
Yeah.
But they were pretty much just like dicks in that regard.
So they
Obviously, that's the
confiscated your
worst.
phone.
Yeah.
And 3 days later, did they call you to give you back? Or you went
I
to
had
police station, you're like, dude,
Yeah.
just give me my fucking phone.
Yeah, and I had to use my burner phone to call them. I couldn't even. I had
Oma
no
had
access to my
problem too,
contacts.
and he sued them and won
Yeah.
when they
I
took
know.
his
But
cameras.
they took-
Yeah.
And they didn't even fucking touch nothing. They
It's
didn't.
amazing how many people don't realize that
Oh
evidence can be
my
submitted electronically. Like, there's no
crazy.
reason.
And there's nothing on the cameras either. It's all on the SD card.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That almost happened to us in Texas. When we were about to leave to go head back to the airport, we thought we were done and all wrapped up, and the cops called us, and they were like, "You guys need to turn around and give us your cameras and everything as evidence of a crime or whatever."
Nope.
And
Get
and
a
they're like-
warrant.
And yeah,
Ain't
exactly.
gonna happen.
And they're about to. They're
Let 'em.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
gonna have a warrant out for our arrest if we didn't turn around.
Unbelievable.
But then
That
Oma
can't be-
called his lawyer, and he talked to them a little bit. He talked to them a little bit, and they were just like, "Okay, actually, you guys are good."
Fucking bullshit.
So corrupt.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody. I'm so sorry right now that all this amazing podcast has to be stopped. But there is a reason. We want to warn you. We want to tell you something. And something is who we're so grateful for. It's Incogni.
Despite the unusable introduction to this sponsorship integration, this episode is sponsored by Incogni. We are honored to be partnered with them. Thank you to Incogni for sponsoring. They sponsor our content at Trilogy Media, and I have lost my co-pilot. Incogni, it's a service that automates. It's a service that automates. What have you fucking done to my brain? This is all gonna stay in now.
I have my
It's been a long
what is
day.
It called? SMR.
It's been
SMR.
a
Fucking
long
dude,
day,
I'm crying.
a long
you
week.
Fuck me.
We
I'm
are,
supposed to have my own
but
shit.
here's the full circle. I'm gonna try to find a way to loop this to logic here.
I was.
Just stop. We get to make content. Not just full time, double full time, 100+ hours a week. We're putting into this stuff, and we're able to do it because of the people that watch us and support our content and our sponsors. That's the cold hard truth. Despite this disaster over
Listen,
here,
what I was trying to tell.
stop whispering. It's driving me crazy.
No, what I was trying to tell every single one of you, if you're listening to this podcast, everything that you ever have done online, it have food, talk, food, steps.
Food stamps,
Footsteps.
footprints. I think is what he's trying to say.
Footprints.
What I'm trying to say is that Incogni is a very affordable and amazing service that automates data removal requests. So if you were to open an account right now, just for the sake of you seeing how many data brokers, or what they're called, have your personal information, they either have it, are storing it, or are selling it without you even knowing about it. And most of these companies you've probably never even heard of. This is called data harvesting. It happens all around you every single day. And there are things you can do about it. You can go to each one individually and request them to remove your data, and they probably will.
Yeah.
But that's going to take years because there are
69
thousands
years.
of them. Incogni automates it for you. One account with Incogni, they will get to work automatically. You don't have to do shit. You just sit back, relax, and Incogni will send you weekly update reports of how many brokers have been contacted, been notified, been requested to remove your data, how many are complete, how many are pending, all of that good stuff.
I mean, you have to do shit. You have to open your email and see that all these 69,000 people been working for you.
Here's the only thing you have to do is click the link and start. And you get a huge discount by using our link here at Trilogy. 60% off. That's 60. Incogni.com/trilogy, or use promo code Trilogy at checkout. Take back your personal information. It's in your hands to take it back. Incogni makes it easy, affordable, and automated. Incogni.com/trilogy. Thanks again for sponsoring. 60% off. Let's talk more about food stamps.
No, money back guaranteed.
Yeah.
Like, if for any reasons you don't think, thinking like, I'm going to try it, I'm going to return it. Well, try it, bitch.
Get it?
There is that option. Yeah, do it. Yeah, 30 days money back. You won't need it, but it's still there.
I tried it.
Legally.
I had an open mind.
Yep.
And that was like 6 years ago, and I still have it. So
6 years later,
wow.
still
And it
Incogni.
saved me literally, it tells you in the updates, like over 1,000 hours of work.
It's crazy that when you take that 60% off yearly from yearly subscription, it's going to be a couple bucks. It's like literally
It's worth it.
worth it.
If you value your time, it's worth it. Trust me. Incogni.com/trilogy. Back to Skeeter Gene.
Skeeter Gene, let's go. Any
Unfucking
dangerous
believable.
stories when you know, I know you have a freaking special forces Kulik
And I
family.
also was
It's
going to
funny you
ask
ask.
how you met Q and yes, how you met the two of them and how they got involved. And well, I guess Q was involved from the beginning, but
Mhm.
Yeah, how I met Q was I was into like competitive gaming a few years back. I was playing Mortal Kombat,
Mhm.
and Q was always into like Street Fighter and a couple other games. But found out about this like local weekly event where they would host like tournaments and stuff like that. And Q was one of the people that I met there, and I found out he lived pretty close to me. So at some point we kind of started hanging out and playing video games together. And I found out he did a little bit of photography at the time, so a little bit of camera work. So I was trying to do the YouTube thing. So I was like, hey man, you want to help me with these YouTube videos? And yeah, that's how me and Q met. And then Chester, his brother, he kind of just showed up.
Good. That's how Kulik's supposed to be. Showed up and like, I'm here. What's up?
Yeah.
How can I help?
Yeah, you know, he
got involved.
Yeah, so he was in the military and all that. And,
Yeah, what is your background, Chester?
So I did military. I also worked as a security guard, and I did some of that stuff in and outside of the military. So when my brother called me, he's like, "Hey, we're doing this stuff, and you know we're finding some bad guys." I was like, "Okay, sure, yeah, I can show up." So you'll see in the early videos, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. You know? Finally,
real amateur days.
you got equipped up with friggin' vests and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, because we do more research. You know, these guys are pretty bad.
Yeah.
So we try to make sure that we take it seriously. So now I'm always armed. I have bulletproof vest just in case. Because we recently found someone who had a firearm, but I also carry like pepper spray and whatnot. And then I'm trained in a lot of different martial arts. I did karate, jeet kune do, Muay Thai. So I'm hand to hand I can deal with as well. So it's just mostly for Skeet and Q's protection.
Yeah.
But I just try to de-escalate if need be.
Although you did slam someone into a table recently, right? Didn't you have a
It
video
was a
where
wall.
A wall. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was a fucking wall. I
wish
just
it was
bread
the
in her
table.
face.
It was almost the table last night.
I would have gave him a raise if it was the table.
Oh my god. I actually remember first time seeing like your first videos and then noticed there is a fucking gigantic guy walking next to you when you do interrogation and blah blah blah, wearing fucking shorts. And I was like, what is this? What is this fucking tourist guy? He's like, just passing by.
Yeah. I think the
Okay.
first video he appeared in was when we busted Royce, the old man rocker.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
The nugget.
Yeah, when you were carrying the chair into the target, because we always thought it'd be funny to like tell them to have a seat.
Yeah, have a
but
seat
we
and he
were-
put a chair. Yep.
Yeah, and we brought a chair in.
Brought a
That's
chair.
funny.
He
I remember
unfolds
that.
it, he's like, go and have a seat.
This is so good.
It's pretty funny.
But have you any dangerous situation before Chester start covering your back?
Not
Anybody like try to put hands on you or like any?
a little bit. It was just this guy's girlfriend. We caught him at like a car show, and he was there with his girl. I go up to him and I'm like, "Hey, did you order those panties for the 13-year-old girl yet?" Because he said he was going to order some off some lingerie website, and his girlfriend was just like, she was wearing the pants, really just denying everything for him, and she was like, "No, someone's using his pictures." I was like, well, how did I look at a Snapchat story that he was talking to the 13-year-old girl on and find him at this exact location based off the Snapchat story?
Mhm.
And it's all coming from the same account. So someone must have hacked it.
Yeah.
Speaking
while
of
you're logged into it and
speaking
updating
of
your story.
hacking phones, one of my favorite videos of yours is maybe one of the best trolling I've ever seen anyone do for the longest amount of time I've ever seen anyone do.
I
You're
know what
in
you're
this
gonna say.
motherfucker's house. He thinks that you're convinced that he really was hacked and you're
Yeah.
there to help him fix it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he's trying to explain how all these messages were done on his phone by someone else.
Terry.
And you're going along with it in his home and what is it, the wife or something?
It was
And-
his daughter's house, actually. His daughter's like 30-ish years old or something.
like
And he
your commitment to the bit is unprecedented.
That's fucking funny.
yeah, that was hilarious. I mean, he was like, I don't know, it might have been my friend, whatever his name was. And I was like, do you want to call that friend and ask him maybe if he's been on your Facebook account? He was like, yeah, I'll try calling him. He's like, hey man,
That's right.
you've been logged to my Facebook account. He's like, no. He's like, I don't even know how to do this. I barely know how to operate my own phone.
Your patience is admirable. I don't have it.
You were like supporting him. You were like, whatever he said, like, I understand that.
Yeah.
Of course you get fucked. Of course you get hacked. Yeah, let's find that guy. Call your friend.
It's identity theft.
Let's fucking go.
Yeah, it's clearly identity fraud.
What I didn't understand is how you got, like, how you were able to film all that in the house without them, like, they were okay with you just filming it?
It was a
Like-
weird household.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, yeah, the sister immediately was just cool with everything. Didn't even question the camera, just invited us on in. It's cold outside. Why don't you guys just come on in?
oh,
We'd
my
be
God.
glad to. And her son and daughter were in the room. And then, like, I think at some point her mom was there and she like walked in and out of the background. It's just,
It's like the whole family.
it's like we were ghosts. They were just walking by us.
Nobody
Okay.
fucking give a
my
shit.
God.
Yeah, that's it's okay.
It's cool.
We know
It was like a straight hour. I'm
Yeah.
sure it, like,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
longer than that and
It probably was, yeah.
raw, but it
Yeah.
like it was, that was legendary.
Yeah, it was a good time.
You know, I want to talk about this. When we started working with you, you were like 400,000, 500,000, I think so, something like that. Like back
Something
in-
like that.
Something like that.
Under a million
And-
for sure.
Yeah,
Maybe,
under a million.
maybe 700 at most.
Yeah, and we just and progressively. Did we celebrate his 1 million?
No, we celebrated our
we
million.
celebrate our million
Yeah.
with you together, right? Because we hit
Yeah.
a
That's the
million.
first time
That's
we
right.
collabed in
Yeah.
that big ass house
Yeah,
with Fernando.
yeah.
What a way to start a
Dude,
collab.
Oh, seriously.
Fucking
Yeah.
Fernando fucking
Fernando.
He don't even he has so much the space left in the cup. Oh, that was great. That was fucking great.
Fernando, you're naked.
Oh, I've been wanting to drop that line for a long time before that.
So
from the
good.
classic Chris Hansen line.
That's
John,
right.
You're naked.
That's right. Yeah.
What do you mean you weren't going to do anything?
Oh my God.
You started, and that's literally a conversation that we've been having. You started like slow growth, and you're growing slow, and like little by little, you're dropping your videos, and like all of a sudden, dude, you just fucking took off.
Yeah.
Whatever you fucking post, you're gonna get 600,000 views like in first 10 hours.
It happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just hit 2 million. That's amazing.
Yeah, I just hit 2 million recently.
Fucking
Thank you.
congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
How
Thank you guys.
how are you navigating the bullshit of YouTube now and looking ahead, just like doing this full time for a living? Like,
Yeah.
I think we have the fortune of a little more versatility. Like, we do other things. We don't just do pred catching. If we only did pred catching, that would stress me the fuck out because I don't know.
For
You
sure.
it's such a fucking what mood YouTube is in today.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
how are
it's
you?
really-
How are you? Like, how do you navigate your life? Like making just pred catching content on this platform that is so anti pred catching. Like,
Just make it really. I make sure it's like really. I try to make it really YouTube-y.
yeah.
Like,
What's your
Taking things
demonetization
from-
ratio? Would you say? Like,
dude, lately it's everything's pretty much been green. They've
Yeah.
yellowed a couple things
Yeah.
recently, but it's been like one of the recent ones they did was like the one where the guy brought it was an inflatable butt plug. So that one never stood a chance anyway. I was like, okay, I'm pretty much
Yeah.
expecting it.
Yeah.
But
are they getting any better? Because it's hit and miss for us. But are they getting any better at telling you specifically what is triggering?
demonetization.
Yeah.
No, I don't even ask about it when it happens. I'm just
Really?
like, okay,
You
I'm
just
on to
let
the
it-
next,
just
on to the next
Cut your
one.
losses and go.
Yeah, it is what it is because they're not gonna go back on it.
I
You know?
remember at
Yeah.
some point
Yeah.
we had conversation and I was on the phone with you and you said, guys, I will come to LA. We'll do our Thanksgiving, like our chase when we got a fan.
Yeah.
And-
Willy Wonka and Scarecrow.
Yeah, that
Hey, you fucking stole my ticket or whatever the line was. Like, this bitch, you have my golden ticket.
So good.
So
Took
good.
you shit a chocolate river there.
And you said it, you're like, Art, I'm getting so fucking fucked by YouTube.
Yeah. It was
Can you
bad
maybe like teach me? Maybe I can do like scam baiting. Maybe like
Yeah.
you like at some point you were
Yeah.
asking for advice.
I was, yeah, because it was really they were just doing a lot.
Yeah.
And that was before I started like censoring the age in the video.
Now you got to censor fucking anything
Anything.
that references the
Anything.
crime at
Fucking
all, which is,
anything.
defeats the
Yeah.
whole purpose of the video. But
Yeah, so after I started doing that, it's pretty much for the most part it's been pretty decent. I just figure as long as I can duck the video getting flagged and a human actually going and seeing what it is, then you can kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
They still do monetize stuff, though.
Of course, uncensored on locals, right? We got to plug the locals.
All uncensored.
Yeah, we're gonna,
what is the link on that? I just want to make sure.
To skeetergene.locals.com.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll make sure we include that.
Yeah.
The amount of people that came to me, whatever, I'm in the gym, I'm in the grocery store, we went to Las Vegas with Ashton, and if I will get stopped 15 times, 13 times people gonna say, "Oh, fucking Russian Olympian, where's Skeeter?" And everybody, what is Skeeter? What is Skeeter? What is Skeeter Gene? What is Skittles? Do you know what is Skittles? And I was like, I don't know, working. I don't live with Skittles, you know? Like, we don't live together.
I just run with them.
We just,
Even my wife was watching, it's completely unrelated. She was watching something, a music live stream or whatever, like a massive creator. It was like 8 or 9 million subs or whatever. And someone asked her, like, what do you like to watch on YouTube? And one of the first things she said is, I love watching Predator Catchers. I love Skeeter Gene.
Okay.
And she's like, oh my God, it's like right. It's so close to home, you know? It's like,
you're such a fucking king of titles. Dude, I didn't know that you write the titles, and I was like, whoever is writing titles for you need a raise. And you're like, well, Aaron, I'm going to treat myself.
I'll give
That's
myself
me.
a raise.
You're,
oh my God.
You're dominating with
Fuck.
with
When you put that Russian Olympian and black guy, I've been there. I made this video. I ran with you.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to click. I want to fucking see what the fuck he's talking about.
Yeah, I was also looking at the video and I was like, what are the key points to take away from this?
Yeah.
Russian Olympian. Okay, that could be a little interesting. I was like, oh, okay. Craig gets chased by black man and Russian Olympian. Black man, Russian Olympian until cops show up. I saw that title and I was like, all right, you had to click this just to see if it's real.
Yeah.
Just to find out if it's real.
Dude, I saw your title and I just screamed. I started laughing.
And you guys staged a sit down 2 miles away by the freeway, right?
Of course it was fake.
That was such a crazy.
Who put 2 chairs in front of next to the freeway?
Oh my God. And then it just happened to be when I was looking for you in the car that I arrived at the exact moment that the cops did and that you found, like, it's all we all met.
It was such a perfect,
you can't write this shit.
You can't.
Dude.
Yeah.
Giving me a goosebumps. That video was so fucking good.
It's definitely the most epic Predator chase of all time.
So good.
It was a video game.
You're right.
Speed 1.
Yeah, it was like
Speed 2.
Like GTA.
Speed
that was
4.
before we had the protocol of sharing locations all the time now. Now we do it all the time, but we didn't do it at that point.
Yeah.
So how did you deal with, and how do you still deal with, like, especially when your channel was like really popping off, I mean, everyone's got their fair share of backlash and controversial videos. We've got plenty of them, but especially you paving the way for this style of content. Like, did it bother you? Did it hold you back at all? Do you engage with it? When people are criticizing you for X, Y, Z or whatever. Like,
no, it doesn't bother me or anything. I kind of I embrace it.
Yeah,
because any criticism is just, I guess, more fuel. It gives me more.
I guess you are the ultimate troll, so it doesn't.
I'm a troll anyway. So I pretty much just troll it. Really,
you created trolling. Guess what? I'm godfather of trolling, bitch.
Yeah, I just figure if you don't have haters, you're probably doing something wrong.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
So, speaking of criticism, let me try to throw you under the bus.
Wow.
I have a question for you. Speaking of criticism, since you blew up, like a lot of people saying about us, overnight success, go fuck yourself. Took us like a decade, People saying overnight success is just like pisses me off because you have no idea.
Well, you can't replicate overnight success.
Exactly.
So
it doesn't work like that. So for those who thinking that, you just came out of nowhere, you blew up, now you like literally...
I don't know if people thought that.
Top 1 catcher and you dominating your community, right? So... let me ask you this question. Do you think Skeeter Gene 2020 and Skeeter Gene 2025 2 different people, or it's the same you, humble guy, workaholic, alcoholic, sexaholic?
Jesus. Hold on.
Kidding.
You're giving me some crazy labels.
I'm kidding. No, I'm just talking about the version of you hitting 100,000 subscribers and right now hitting 2 million. Like, tell me about this evolution.
Maybe it's a better question for Chester.
Maybe.
Fuck. Hey, don't throw Kulik under
someone
the bus.
from the outside.
Yeah.
Oh, all he cares about is buying Lambos now.
because In fairness, I heard from few content creators. They said I was, people fucking talk, and people said like, yeah, Skeeter is a diva. He's he's like a little bit, he's
a little snobby.
Yeah, a little snobby.
Really?
I'd say I've been with Skeet almost from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I'd say it's pretty much on point.
Yeah.
And no, he's still a troll. We're still same conversations as like day one. I would say the only thing that changed is maybe the vehicles we might rent, or maybe we'll fly, a little
Private jet.
Maybe
No, not that much.
Not that much.
Not that
not
much.
to the private jet level. But no, like he's been real the entire time. He's not snobby at all. He's
I
extremely
don't think I am.
humble and thankful for all the support that he gets from his fans, and he's extremely appreciative of that.
And you and just tell in this camera, you did not get paid to say that. I'm kidding, Kulik.
Yeah. But I would say I'm pretty much the same person. I guess I'm just a little more refined now. Been doing it for
so
a
long.
minute. So yeah, I mean, I'm just a hard worker, I think.
How do you handle fame?
It's
And money.
chill.
Fame and money. How do you how you managing all this?
It's not hard really. I mean, the extent of, I guess, the fame is, which I don't even like call myself a famous person even, because it just sounds kind of, I don't know. I think I'm just like a normal person, but people come up to me wherever I'm at. It happens pretty frequently now.
Yeah.
They just ask for a picture. Some people freak out a little bit more than others. Some people are chill, they just want to fist bump, but some people are like, oh my God,
Shaking,
jumping up and
screaming.
down. I got to FaceTime my buddy. But it's cool. I'm never bothered by it, and I always appreciate anyone who watches the videos and anyone that comes up to me and says something. Always appreciative of it. Yeah.
Are you getting a lot from your family, like your mom or father or sister or brother, saying like, hey, my friends just find out that you are my brother or you're my son, and they freaking out that.
Yeah. So my little brother was working at a job, and one of his coworkers he just didn't believe it. He was like, "You're lying. No, you're lying." And then one time I picked him up from work.
Nice.
He was like, "Oh, that's him. Wow." And my dad looks a lot like me, and he's actually starting to get recognized. But like, I've never showed my dad on any videos. He just looks like me.
That's funny.
He's had a few people come up to him and be like,
Are you scared?
you look like this guy Skeeter G. Are you like his dad or something? He's like, oh yeah, I'm his dad.
That's funny.
Wow.
So my dad's getting some fans too. It's pretty funny.
Did you use your fame towards your advantage at any point? Like anything, like not like getting stopped by police and they're like, "Oh fuck, it's Skeeter. All right, you can drive away."
That hasn't happened yet.
Hasn't happened yet.
Not yet. To my advantage, I'll get like free stuff sometimes.
There we go.
Like if I go to like a restaurant,
Crab gift cards.
crab gift cards. I'll get like a free drink sometimes.
Yeah.
Free coffee.
Yeah,
It has its benefits.
of course.
You know?
I mean, that's same stuff.
I never asked for it though. They're just always like,
Yeah.
"Hey man, don't worry about it. It's on the house. Love what you do."
Do you
I'm
get a
like,
lot of,
cool.
which I know you have a couple stories of people, and I do too, but people that have an emotional response to seeing you in the sense of like they have a traumatic past, and by the work that you're doing is really having an impact on that? Do you get that a lot?
That isn't so much, but it's happened a few times.
Yeah.
Like I've had a person come up to me and say, I love what you do. This happened in my past with like an uncle or a family member, or whatever the case may be. And, they say it gives them like a sense of justice, I guess.
A sense of justice they didn't get.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, it's always a good feeling.
Ashton was with me, but he like step up for a second to like order a drink or something. He in banana pants, and I was sitting by myself, and I see that woman going like, I see like somebody's approaching, and you can feel it with your body, right? And you kind of like, like maybe the husband or somebody is behind me. Maybe that's why she's like targeting me, going towards me. And I was like, she's gonna pass me, right? And she went straight to me, and I was like kind of like in shocking mode. And she just fucking squeezed the shit out of me, and she whispered to my ear, "I'm a
Just
survivor."
let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Sorry.
No, it's not.
And she said, I'm a survivor.
Mm.
Thank you for what you guys doing.
It's cool.
And walk away.
Okay.
And it was so fast, so powerful that I was like sitting like this, and then Ashton approached with like wine and banana pants in his pocket, and they're like bubbly laughing, and they're like, Art, what's wrong? And I was like, I told them what happened. I was like, this is fucking unbelievable.
Mhm.
It's like you don't know. I mean, we so getting caught up with this. We're doing every day, and it's just like becoming like routine, right?
Yeah.
We do baiting, arrests, these and these. But when you have a person who got affected, and that it's becoming fucking real, dude. I don't know. It's deep.
Yeah, I could see that.
What's
Yeah,
the
for sure.
future like for
Yes.
the channel, the brand?
For your garage.
Yeah.
What's the future?
Your tarmac.
Are you buying CarMax? What's
CarMax?
CarMax. What are we getting? Hapter, chopper. What are we getting? Boats. What's the future?
I don't know. As far as like getting things, I'm not sure. I mean, an SVJ would be nice. You know.
Did you say BJ would be nice? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just kidding. But I don't know. I'm just gonna keep grinding, just keep doing the thing as long as we can do it. Just hope that YouTube still allows it
Mhm.
going forward. And I think they're starting to be pretty chill about it as long as you have police in the video and you're doing it in a very YouTube friendly manner, right? But yeah, the plan is to just keep going with what I'm doing. Maybe trying to introduce like some different things to the channel, like exposing different things. There's all kinds of piece of shit people out there that you can expose. There's scammers,
From
there's
different departments,
people that are just like online like woman harassers, stuff like that. Like you've seen stuff like that. People that go crazy over like if a streamer rejects them or something.
Mhm.
Like one guy recently showed up to some streamer's house and like set her car on fire. I don't know if you guys heard about that
No.
one. Yeah. She like rejected him and the guy flew out to her area, got in the car and went to her house and set her car on fire.
God, people are so wow.
It's crazy.
Just actually, I forgot about this question, but here we go. It came from the inside, and I'm gonna throw it at you. So you did these. I don't know how many videos, but you did a video about cheaters, right?
Oh,
Can we talk?
a while ago.
Can we talk about this? Because
can.
even on our
It's fine.
channel, when we released our collab, somebody said like, "Well, if he staged on his channel, obviously right now it's a fucking fake that he's doing with Trilogy Media." So we got thrown under the bus, kind of like,
Oh,
it
I'm
was
sorry
real,
for
not
that.
real. Can you tell us what happened
so
from your perspective?
yeah, so I was gonna try to do it for real.
Which
Then
is
I-
what?
Busting cheaters.
Yeah,
Busting cheaters.
yeah, but then I realized like the actual cheaters show is fake for the most part.
The real
Yeah,
one?
The reality.
The reality show.
Yeah, the
It's
old
pretty
show.
much. It's been
It's
kind
been
of exposed.
proven.
It's been
Yeah.
mildly exposed.
Yeah.
So then I was just like, I'm gonna do something a little different. We'll see if we can. Let's just hire a couple actors. Just make it silly.
Yeah.
Make it fucking stupid. And we did it. And then I looked at like the footage of what we got, and I was like, yeah, no one's really gonna believe this shit. So I'm not even gonna like project it like it's supposed to be real. So that's why I put like her name was like Chelsea McCheaterton or something. And it just made it like really stupid. And
Did you get backlash?
oh yeah, absolutely,
You did.
absolutely, yeah. The comments were terrible. Yeah, I probably should just put it on a second channel.
Yeah.
So I guess I learned my lesson.
Yeah.
Just
Hey,
gotta keep it real.
Yeah.
Don't
You
we
know,
all? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when you give, and again, so many people said like we have fake videos, and Ashton, he was like, you
can tell
after being
if
for
it's-
so many years, for a decade in this business, if we would have like staged or hire actors or cops or what, or preds or scammers, don't you think somebody will say that like, hey, they didn't pay me enough, I'm gonna fuck them up, I'm gonna tell the truth.
Yeah.
Well, and it's hard. I always stand by this. It's literally more expensive and harder to fake something like
It
this
is.
than
Something
it
like
would be to
this,
just
yeah.
do it. Like our pred catches.
Yeah.
Like how much fucking work would it take to stage all that?
Who wanna be fucking
God.
pred?
That's a thing too.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like how are you?
you'd have to have a pretty crazy budget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, would you even make that back?
Yeah.
from
No.
the
It's like
video?
when you
No.
give
it's
one
like-
little mistake, one little arrow, you open the door, crack the door, all of a sudden, like I said, we did collab together, and those people coming to our channel, they're like, oh fuck, he did the fake cheaters, and now I'm doing with Trilogy Media, so it's fake. And I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? I did not know that. So I went to your channel and I watched that video until it got removed. Right? Did you remove that video?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to. I had no choice.
And I started reading comments. I was like, oh, holy fuck. I was
the
like,
comments were too bad.
Yeah.
I had to take it down.
Yeah,
Some people got it though. Some people got that it was like supposed to be like a parody, obviously.
of it.
But some people were just
yeah.
like, you faker, you're a fraud, you're faking videos. I'm like, oh man.
Because
this
you've
is the
been
wrong
doing
channel to,
the real shit all the time.
Right.
Yeah. And
So-
they got used to it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
I know.
yeah, it was a stupid idea.
That's one thing that people aren't. They're not okay with change. Whatever, like
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
like what they like.
Yeah, I didn't
and-
realize that.
And
When
the
you put something
algorithm is that
new-
way too. It's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even when we just started doing pred catches, like we had been doing scammer stuff for however many years.
There's
and
no
it's
way
like,
people didn't like that though.
Well, I mean,
You're
for the
always
most
going
part,
to have a small number.
yeah, but in the hate is always louder than anything else. But even just doing one thing that's different than what we're used to doing, people just freak out,
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know.
That's how it is with like music artists,
Mhm.
pretty much anyone.
Yeah, they put you in a lane and like, God forbid you try something new,
Right.
Do you see yourself doing YouTube until your balls are fucking gray for a long time?
Yeah, I love you. I love
Maybe
you.
they
too.
are already.
I love you too.
He is 30
Yeah,
after
how do you
all.
know that?
He
You're
is
already
30
there.
after
My
all.
balls not gray and I'm 41.
I mean, you see, I got a few grays going on.
This work has given me plenty of
true.
gray hairs up here.
But yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna do this until I can't do it anymore. Pretty
Mhm.
much, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my plan.
Do you have any plan B? Like if, let's say, I don't know, something, God forbid, happened with YouTube. Like what would be like, obviously you're not going back to 9 to 5 Home
No.
Depot fucking department.
No.
What
Too
would you
famous
do?
for that.
How would you coordinate that? If something happened and now it's your business, it's not like anymore
Right.
like a fucking hobby.
Right.
This is paying your bills, paying employees, and us as a business owners, like it's different when you can relax yourself and do whatever fuck you want. But when there is a payroll every single Friday, at least for us, and people pay rent and rely on you, it's a different like tap on the shoulder. So do you think about like any backup plans? If YouTube, I mean, you dominating this community,
Right,
but
right.
God forbid something happen.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything in mind in investments?
Yeah. So, are you saying YouTube itself or what I'm doing on YouTube?
YouTube itself.
If
YouTube
YouTube,
itself.
if YouTube stopped you from doing what you're doing entirely,
Okay. I mean, I think there's always at this point, like YouTube can go away, but it's like my audience and fan base
Your name.
doesn't go. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't go away. So I think there's always going to be a platform or outlet to still make this content, which people want to
Mhm.
see. Obviously, there's a demand for it. There's still a way to do it without YouTube and still be profitable, I believe. I mean, there's already locals. There's other avenues like you guys have like your own platform, essentially.
Platforms, yeah.
There's other stuff out there
Yeah, for sure.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I feel like I would figure something out.
Yeah.
I've always figured it out.
yeah. Always that hustling mentality. It's like, you know what, this doesn't work. I saw a couple big YouTubers either their lost channel for a second or something happened. Even fucking YouTube, Jim Browning, speaking of which, Jim Browning himself lost his channel that got scammed and he got his channel back.
Right.
But I remember watching after those big content creators, 5-10 million subscribers, when they got the channel back, they're like, you know what? This is fucking wake up call for me because everything, all the money coming from one source of income,
Yeah.
now I have to spread it. I have to spread everywhere because if something happened in the future, I'm fucked.
Right. You
And
can't just
people start putting everywhere, so.
Yeah, you have to. You can't put all your
Yeah.
eggs in
Yeah.
one basket. Especially YouTube. You just never know.
Yeah, you just freaking never know.
You just
Yeah.
never know.
Listen,
Yeah.
we definitely have helicopter chases, we have car chases, we have fucking chases itself.
Chases, all the chases.
Yesterday we have citizen arrest, fucking
And who knows what's going to happen tonight?
Tonight,
For those watching,
yeah.
we are
Yeah.
literally in between
Yeah.
stings, and we actually need to go.
yes, yes, wrapping that up.
Sun will set in a few hours, and we got one more night to bang this out. So
Hell
Thank you
yeah.
for cleaning
thank you for
community.
making. Yeah,
Thank you for what you're doing. And, you know,
Thank you for
again,
being a cool cat. Thank you
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
making time for this.
yeah, exactly.
No, thanks for having me, guys.
Every time we
For
do
sure.
a collab with you, everyone is like, "Oh my god, this is this."
Our audience is like so like mixed all of us together that we getting like, again, where is Skid? Like, Art, what the fuck? You in the gym, so where is Skid? If you're in the gym, Skid has to be
You
next
should
to
know
you.
where
You
he
know,
is,
like,
right?
you
At
have
all
to know what
times.
you're doing.
Always have to know, right?
Yeah. And I was like, you're one of those, you know, I can call you anytime, you answer. You like me, not sleeping until 3 a.m, and I can
Yeah.
call you at 1 o'clock. I
Yep.
was like,
I'll be on.
jeans, what's happening?
Skittles.
Skittles.
What's going on? Right.
I love the fact, I love the fact that other content creators, they embrace that nickname.
Does that
Skittles.
bother you? The Skittles name?
Even talking
Skittles?
to
No, not really.
even talking to Gideon, and he called Skittles as well. And I was like, yeah, Skittles is coming.
You know, Skittles, yeah.
Did we create
Yeah.
did he? I didn't do it. Did he create an unwanted nickname in your community that has leached off of?
It's not unwanted. I think it's funny.
It is funny.
It came from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking amazing.
Skittles.
He's the rainbow.
Skittles the rainbow.
Skittles. We love you, brother. You're fucking awesome cat.
Thanks,
Cool cat.
man. You
Thanks
too.
for coming. Thanks for
Thank you
stopping
for
by.
coming.
And
Absolutely.
let's go kick some ass tonight.
Yeah, let's do it.
Fuck
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Boom, 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 boom.
Cutting.
Let's go. Wrap.
Thank you.